What's the situation on Iran? Well, I think Iran's doing just fine, but I will get into that shortly. I don't know if they took Trump's deal. I imagine, like I say, you have to let's keep everything into perspective, Heidi, about this thing here's all been played out. It's all a pantomime, and it's basically Trump is there to take out the deep state, the NAZIs. NAZIs come in many different countries. Okay, I do want to get into one thing though, and I want to make it very clear, because this is not just an announcement, but it's also a warning, and I'm trying to keep our tribe ahead of the game, on the inside curve of things. I want to keep everybody knowing and understanding exactly what is going to happen. I don't care about what happened yesterday. I care about where we're going with this whole game, okay? Yes, it's part of the movie. Divine Alignment Coach is on top of things. It's all part of the show. Venezuela was never taken over. Let's back that up a bit. 2020, they arrested Maduro, okay, in 2020. During the COVID lockdown. That would give them a chance to go and hit all these tyrannical globalist leaderships around the world, and they took them out basically when the shutdown was done at that time. And then, of course, they've had to play this out for the the slower minds of the normies to grasp. Everything's just fine. They are basically taking out the NAZIs, and I expect the NAZIs in the state of it'll start with an I and end with an I. You know what I'm talking about, right? Or end with an L. That might be going next, and of course they're going to go on to the Brits, which are the big troublemakers in this worldwide conflict. Not all the Brits. I maybe rephrase that. It's the globalist Brits that are in the financial district, the 10 Square block downtown London. They are the masterminds for all these wars which Trump is taking out, and BP is part of that globalist conglomerate, and they're being taken out as well. Now, okay, so I want to explain something here for everybody. Now, I'm going to say, I bought my first house in 1975. I've owned more than 60 mortgages inside Canada. I've been on more than 580 projects around the world, okay? So the reason why I'm saying this is that I'm just giving you a testimony about my whole life has all been about real estate, okay? It's all been, buy, build, and sell, and it goes on and on. So I know how the bankers and banksters are working. They are, right now, the banks are turning gangsters, okay? The banks are turning gangsters because what they're going to do is that if you have any type of default, they're going to keep pressuring you for higher payments and keep doing these things. They'll never lend you money to try to get out of the situation that you're in. And then they'll come in and they're trying to pass some law right now, being forced upon the illegitimate government that was unelected. They're being pressured out there because they're going to go into a kind of a fire sale. Just hang in there. Just bear with me here. So they're trying to pressure everybody, and if they have any kind of a defaults on their properties and housing, they don't really care about the land, because nobody's, if you got a house or empty land and with an RV on it or something like that, they're not really concerned about that. What they are concerned about is all the housing inside the cities, and they're trying to gobble them up. The banks will not help you to get out of any situation that you're in. I believe when they do take this thing over and they do gangster on you and try to evict you out of your home, first they wipe out all the work for Canadians, Americans, or even Europeans. They wipe out all the potential jobs, and then the people that have hold mortgages on these properties are under pressure to try to get them working. First, it came with the mom and dad having to work, and the kids having to go to school to be brainwashed by the school, the fascist school systems that they laid on us, to, get the kids separated from the mom and dad. While they were out there busting their ass trying to, put money together to keep the family together. That was the first attack. Second attack was, the government, basically wiping out all these corporations and not signing any deals for pipelines and all this other stuff. Not to mention, if you were lucky enough to get a job, they would tax you 40, 50, 60% of your total income, which was totally illegal. Okay, so it was, when you first bought a house, you were basically set up for target practice at that point. Okay? You were set up for target practice at that point. If you managed to hang on for 10, 15, 20 years or whatever, you've basically thrown all this money out the window, okay? Because the house, and let me just mark my words, or just remember what I said here. The housing market has gone down 20 to 25% already, okay? And we're not even near the bottom yet. Not even near. So you're paying on something, possibly paying on something that's way, overvalued, and you're having to pay a mortgage up here. That's why they keep on artificially inflating the prices. Okay, are you following me so far? They're artificially inflating the prices, so if the mortgage don't get you, the taxes will. Okay, while they're getting ready to attack you. That's what's happening. Okay, so I hope everybody's following me on this. Okay, I'll tell you what I did. And I did this just 2011 because after the Lehman meltdown, and I seen all the banks take all the accounts from the people and pay off these executives in these high ivory towers. They got paid off, and General Motors and Ford and whatever. It was just a big scam, Ponzi scheme. I sold everything then, and I got out of it, and I put everything that I had, most of it, into gold and silver. Okay, because I knew right then, if you want to get out of it, this is my, and I have been said this once before. You want to get out of this situation that you're in, dump your property, take the haircut, get out from underneath the mortgage, because it's going to be taken from you anyways. Eventually, they will